Hi guys, I'm Avia,
I'm Tamika.
and this is Q&A with A and T. So we just did a video that was totally off topic. So the the topic at hand for today is,
I would say the topic at hand today is young women being the decision maker as to a baby. Okay? It's not in the man's hand, it's in the woman's hand.
So explain that, Tamika. Like, what do you mean with regard to the...
What do I mean with regards to that? When the woman gets pregnant, she makes the decision. I'm going to have the baby or I'm not going to have the baby. If the woman decides, yes, I'm going to have the baby, and the man does not want the baby, the women, they still continue to have that child. It doesn't matter at what point of their pregnancy that the guy said, I don't want this baby.
Firstly, a conversation needs to be had before it's even a baby to be making some decisions about having a baby about first. Okay? So I feel like, and at what age, being that we're talking about women specifically and the decision that they make to keep a baby or proceed with the pregnancy or whatever, like what age
I'm talking about,
is it okay to decide that you gonna have this baby whether the guy is there or not?
You need two parents to raise a child, and only thing that you're doing by doing this is messing up the future.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because if you think about it, a situation where you have a woman that is pregnant and she's decided, okay, I'm going to have this baby. The father decides, what baby? First of all, I know it was, who's the father? Are you sure I'm the father? Because we get a lot of that. Or I'm pregnant by who? That's usually how it happens. Okay. So we need to go about, I just feel that it's just crazy, but men, you have to be careful when you're sleeping with these women with no protection, because at the end of the day, the woman makes the ultimate decision on whether or not she's keeping that kid. And we have a lot of girls that's out here with no direction, no jobs, or no schooling, anything like that. And then you're going and you're having a child. That's bananas. Because there's only one place that you could end up, and that's on the system, on welfare. And generally, when you have one kid, it doesn't stop. It just continues going. Why? Because the system cuts you off at a certain amount, so your food stamps, they ain't going to be enough. The insurance to go there, you could go wherever you want to because you have Medicaid, but as far as food and having money in your pocket and living with the state for the rest of your life, that's bananas.
And I feel like this topic can go so many different ways because, firstly, as Tamika was stating, a woman has the power to decide whether she's going to go through with this baby. At least at this point, you never know what's going to happen with the political climate of our country. So the woman has the right to decide. Just an anatomy. I'm going to just go with the basics of anatomy. The way that women and men are built is a woman receives a man into her body. So I feel like, as I was saying, I feel like this can go into so many different directions, and we can break down this topic so many different ways, because I know women who say that the guy got them pregnant. Say what now? Last I checked, it takes two to tango. You know what I mean? Two to tango. Okay? Two. Two. Okay? So then, not only that, you decide if you're going to be intimate with said person. You're going to decide. There's so many decisions that need to be made prior to conception. Like, you have to decide if you're going to, in fact, be intimate with said person. You have to decide if you're going to protect yourself against said person. Lastly, in the event that you do get pregnant, you're going to decide if you're going to have this baby or not, which is still a discussion that I feel like should be made even prior to this whole act of intimacy going down. But as I've stated, I know women who have said, this man has gotten me pregnant. And you ain't have no power. You ain't had no will to say nothing. And I feel like women, we consistently give our power away. We consistently give our power away. Why is that?
Why?
I also feel
that's our question. Why?
As Tamika stated, again, it goes back to two-parent household. I don't know about y'all. However, what I do know is that my mother and my father put the fear of God in me, okay? I was not allowed to date until I was 16. However, I feel like in them trying to protect me, I was very sheltered. And I feel like if you shelter your children too much, they won't make right decisions because they aren't equipped with the knowledge and the know-how to navigate through life. You know what I mean? I wasn't able to talk to guys on the phone. I wasn't able to have guy friends. I wasn't able to play sports because there was a possibility I may bump into a boy and I might become pregnant.
Right.
But I just say that to say, because the father is taken out of the equation in most households, I mean, we just have to be real. It is what it is. And the Black society, oftentimes the man or the father is not present in that child's life. And if he is present or available to whatever capacity, is either limited, it's either funding is limited, the communication between the mom and the dad is poor, and respect starts at home. Training starts at home. Teaching of children starts at home. And if the home is all jacked up and all types of disarray, guess what's going to happen? That happens. That's where the breakdown of the family structure is. That's where the breakdown starts. So you have Trina, with maybe a newborn. Maybe this is her only child. Her dad wasn't in the household. Let's say her mom did, her mom was the breadwinner and she had to take care of the house. She has to take care of the household. So you have a new baby, depending upon her level of education, or her capacity of knowledge or just living, because common sense is not so common anymore. And that's just a sad thing to say. But she may be working a job or two or three, and then you have to work to provide for yourself and your family in the household. It's necessary
to provide.
So then you have to come up with daycare or a sitting situation for your child.
Too much.
Which is ridiculous these days, what daycare costs. Aside from that, just the cost of living, let alone food, electricity, or gas. Cable, and I'm just talking about the bare necessities, because I feel like cable is a luxury. You don't necessarily have to have cable. You might have to have internet, but you don't have to have cable. Food.
I have to have cable.
She has to have cable. I don't have to have cable. As long as I have internet.
$236.
Girl.
I have to have cable.
I ain't set up like that. I'm not even built like that. You have to, if you have a car, you have to have gas, you have to have insurance, you have to register this car every year. Even if you take mass transportation, you have to have a schedule in place to be able to get up in time to get yourself ready for work, get the baby to the sitter, then you get to work on time, because guess what? You being employed is indicative upon if you can consistently get to this job every day on time, because guess what? Nobody said that it was necessary for you to have this child. You made the choice. Again, you made the choice to have this child. You made the choice to have unprotected sex with said dad who decided he was not going to be in his child's life. You made the choice to have this child. So guess what? It is your choice. No, it's your obligation at this point, being that you done made the choice. It's your obligation to take care of that child. So you don't get a chance to say, oh, I don't want to work today. I don't want to go to work today. Because guess who's not going to take care of that child?
Anybody is not going to take care. And I think that that's where the breakdown is. Like, I think that they don't think about the whole process.
That's because,
like, and then it's like they don't even think about the whole process with let's say about getting an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even think about the whole process. Like, there's security, there's deposits for water, electricity.
Let's even talk about how that even comes to be. Again, we're talking about usually, okay, let's say we have a demographic of young mothers from the ages of 10, because it has happened, to let's say 17, right?
Okay.
Oftentimes, I'm not going to say all times, but oftentimes there's something going on in the house where a 10-year-old becomes pregnant.
Right.
There's something wrong where a 10-year-old or even a 15-year-old becomes pregnant.
Wrong.
You know what I mean? There's something wrong. Whether it be there's no structure, there's no authority, they are allowed to run and roam free as they please. Whether it is a situation where the mom or the dad or the parents, whoever, the caretaker is friends with the child.
Right.
And we had this conversation too. We not friends.
We're not friends.
I am the parent. I am the authority. You have to teach children how to live, how to clean, how to learn. Because guess what? All of this is learned at home. These are learned things. These are things that are learned and taught. Being respectful is taught where? At home. Even being taught your ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, your colors, whatever. Where's that supposed to be taught? At home. We can't send our kids off to school and then they failing and then we blaming the teacher.
Because they don't go to school till like 5 down
Right,
there.
right.
By 5 years old, you ain't teach your kid nothing by 5 years old.
You're a deadbeat.
Straight
Point
up.
blank period.
Straight up.
If you are home with your child all day long, and if your child doesn't have any learning disabilities, doesn't have any learning challenges, isn't challenged in any way, is fully capable of learning, and your child does not know their ABCs, at least from H through J, half of them, I'm going to just give you the benefit of the doubt, or their numbers, I'm going to just give you the benefit of the doubt, 1 through 5. If they don't know their colors, red, blue, yellow, green, if they do not know this by the age of 5 years old, you are a deadbeat. Period.
That's it.
Period.
We're going to tell you the truth.
There's no, exactly. We're going to tell you the truth.
We're going to tell you the truth. We're not going to sugarcoat nothing at all. Because that's the problem. Everything has been sugar-coated and just made to be okay. Young kids having babies, that's not okay.
It's not okay.
Adult having a baby, I'm talking about all the way to like age 32. Her having a baby without the man being the father and being with you and saying that they're going to be with you and y'all going to have this child together because there needs to be two parents and not having that conversation. That's a problem. We're going to come for you. We're going to tell you when it's totally wrong as to what you're doing. I'm tired of society just looking at things like it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay for the parent and the child to be in the club at the same time. That's not okay.
That's a whole other time.
That's not okay. That's not okay for the parent to give their kid drugs or alcohol. That's not okay. Certain stuff is just not okay. That is just made y'all think it's just totally fine now. No, it's not.
And I feel like because of how society kind of just dismisses, oh, it's not that serious. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Just because what everybody else says, what everybody else is doing, that doesn't mean it's okay. Just because everybody else is doing, I'm just so passionate about this.
This world is messed up. It's not good.
Exactly. And it's only gotten, it seems like
by that.
My son is 22. I'll say for the past 2 decades, we have been on a rapid decline for these very same reasons. You have women and young men engaging in activities that they should not be engaging in. You have parents who do not teach their children the basics. I mean, pure basics of cooking, cleaning up after themselves. Okay. You gonna take a gallon of milk, you gonna take the bowl out of the cabinet, the sink out, the spoon out of the drawer, and you gonna eat sad cereal. You gonna leave everything right there for the next person to clean up. Who raised you? Wolves? Who raised you? Nobody. That's exactly why.
That's the problem.
Exactly. That's why. That is
Who
why.
raised you? Who raised you?
Nobody.
You got no respect.
Nobody raised you. That's the problem.
That's the problem
that we have to deal with.
Right.
As parents.
Right.
Grandparents. You got to worry about sending your child to school, not learning because none of the other kids in the class want to learn. They want to be on their phone texting. They want to be in the classroom playing. They want to be in the classroom fighting. Nobody want to learn. It's all about fun and games.
Yeah.
Life is not about fun and games, y'all.
Until they get home. Be the person that you are at home in school. Be that same person.
It's called character.
Because you know that you're not going to come home and do what you're doing in school. So don't even try it. Or if it's tried, like find out. Go to the school.
Yes.
Find out what your kid is doing. So you could be like, what? He doing what? Boop, bop, boop, bop, bop. That's what we do. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But we have to talk about this subject again because I think that this could go on for about a month.
This needs like a part 2 to 10.
Yeah.
So this is part 1.
This uno. Okay. This uno. That's all we could give you for the day because we have things to do. I got my autism shirt walk on. Avia got her autism shirt walk on.
I think this one is from 2 years ago, something like that.
And this is from last year. And we will.
Oh, I got new hair, y'all. This video. I made this wig.
And
I finished
by herself. We about to get into that too, because Honey makes wigs and they will be on fire. See what I'm saying? It's just little stuff that you can do in order. Like if I have a friend that has a child and the child is a girl and she's like a little bit off course, you know what I'm gonna do? Cosmetology, boo. Don't you like doing hair? Okay. And then we gonna get her a shop. She gonna get her a shop. Like
exactly.
That's how we gonna work like that.
How many of your friends do you know who does hair? Really do like they do that thing. They do it.
They do it.
Go to school, get you a license. You may need some experience in a shop. Incorporate your business.
That's
if
it.
you doing hair out your house, guess what? You need to be getting paid for it. Cause what? Time is money. Everybody wants something for nothing.
Right.
If I'm going to school and putting my time, money, resources into doing something that I love to do, guess what? That ain't free. It's time, it's money. Just like I understand that there's gonna be people who say, why should I pay you for the services that you provide? What you mean? Because I'm providing a service.
Right.
I'm providing a service
to you.
I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Like, this is what I do.
Hello.
This is what I do. Like, I took the time. I put the money. I have the effort. I've done this. You know what I mean? And I do what I do well. And I am very, very thorough. I'm efficient. And I am meticulous about getting the job done from start to finish.
And I can contest to that as far as Avia being meticulous and doing everything properly and everything through because we did work together where I was telling her, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go home. She's still checking.
I gotta check it. I gotta make sure
she
it's
gotta
right.
check and make sure.
Time to go.
Boom.
You're gonna bag it and tag it.
So I'm here to testify. Okay, she gonna do it right. She gonna do it all the way through from
first
start
time
to finish. The first time it won't be no miss, no nothing. She's very, very great at what she does in her job, and it is a service that she's taking out of her time in order to provide. So yeah, I think she should get paid. and anything else. I think everything should be an extra charge.
Yes.
Yes, but
Yes.
like we said before, because it's a whole nother video,
Right.
you will know the fees and everything that's going on.
Refer to the video before this one, where we talked about business.
Right.
And off topic again, but
Off topic again, because that's what we do. You know, it's just a start. It's just the beginning. You know, and then we're getting messages also as to topics and stuff that we need to speak on. So we will.
So if you guys have any topics that you guys would like our opinions on, because it is purely our opinions, you can definitely take it or leave it. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. However, I feel like with our life experiences, what she's been through and the dynamics of her family and what I've been through, the dynamics of my family, and just, you know, life. You know, you learn things, you pick up things that you can always hold on to, and hopefully you wouldn't mind sharing that. So if you guys have topics that you would like us to discuss, or if you want to chime in on the topic at hand, feel free to do so. We'll give y'all a chit chat a little bit later. Love you all. I'm Adia.
I'm Tamika.
And we are out of here.
Peace.